If you're a student that is actually spending a lot of time writing notes but still not achieving good results, this mini lesson is perfect for you. So today we are going to dive right into, do you really need to write notes to get excellent grades? This is probably one of the most controversial topics ever, because we always associate that in order to get good grades we need to write good notes, and a lot of them. But then when we actually come to think about it, when we actually look at what the top achievers do they actually write a lot of notes? Right, so first of all, what we really need to cover is, what is actually an exam? Because ultimately, to get excellent grades, this is exactly what you're actually doing. You're actually going to do well in the exam. That is how you're going to achieve good grades. But when we actually break down what really constitutes an exam, it's really your ability. It's actually just testing our ability for us to transfer any knowledge in our brain to that piece of exam paper in the exam, to some meaningful keywords and concepts and essays and phrases of words to get those marks. That is literally an exam. So then I really pose a question back to you is, if you're writing a lot of notes, is that contributing towards any of this component, which is the end in mind? If you want good grades, this is really the process you need to go through. Of course, there's the learning part of it, that you feel good when you are actually writing notes. But my question to you is, does the process of you actually writing notes contribute towards either having more knowledge or your ability to put this knowledge on that piece of exam paper? If the answer is no, then a lot of time used to write notes may be wasted. What I'm really talking about is the process of you writing notes or summarizing notes, or even using other people's notes and just reading off it, might not be that effective, because it's really engaging in our passive mind. We feel good when we actually read a bunch of notes and we think that we actually understand it. But have you ever noticed this is the next day, when, say, if you have a friend, if you have a classmate that actually wants you to explain the same concept, sometimes you're like, oh, I actually just revised this yesterday, but how do I not know this now? I've read through it 3 times yesterday, but I cannot recall it now. It's because you've engaged in your passive mind. What you really need to do is engage more in active recall, the process of actually testing yourself more and to see whether you can write out things in your own words and keywords that basically simulates the exams. So the process of writing notes is still good. It kind of combines everything together. Say if you have everything you need and all in one place, that is really literally the place of notes, is where you can refer to quickly when you are testing yourself, not really the process of learning. So the process of learning involves yourself testing yourself more and more often. So that is really one of the biggest key that I really want you to take away from today's lesson. So then comes the next thing, when a lot of people ask, do you really use your notes or use other people's notes? Again, this comes in to answer the question whether the process of doing this, does this feed into the knowledge? If reading other people's notes actually help you in terms of when you actually are coming to recall and do past pieces, if that actually helps you, then yes, it does. And also, if you make notes and the process of you recalling knowledge is actually preserved, or you have the ability to do that, then yes. If not, then you actually need to engage in testing yourself more. So hopefully this mini lesson has been helpful for you, and I hope to see you in the next lesson.